Mark Schultz from the Fort Collins Guitar Studio. In this lesson, I want to talk to you about the E minor chord. Here's one now. So the E minor chord is a triad. It's a minor triad, and it's kind of unique because it's the only minor triad on the guitar that can play just simply with 3 open strings. Just the G, the B, and the E string. So there's three notes, and that's why it's called a triad. So it's a minor triad because it's a minor chord, and you can kind of hear that in the chord, as opposed to a major chord, which sounds like this. You go back to the minor here. So again, the E minor chord is spelled with an E, a G, and a B. And those 3 notes are the 1, the 3, and the 5 of the chord. So once you know the notes of a chord, if you know the notes on your guitar, then you can find lots of different ways to play the same chord. So E minor is especially a rich chord as far as different ways to play it. So for instance, again, you could just play it with those 3 notes, because it's okay to play a note twice. So the standard E minor chord that most people are used to is this one here. And this one has 3 E's, 2 B's, and 1 G. Now here's another standard shape that probably you're used to. If you take an A minor shape down here, slide it up to the 7th fret and bar it, and that again is an E minor. But if I want to, I can just take the bar away and then just strum the top 4 strings, and you get a nice sparkly sound with that lower note in there. Or I can even add the low E again and get a nice E minor sounding chord that way. But there's, like I said, there's other ways to play this chord. So you can play it here as a chime. Also an E minor chord. If I want, I can add the low E to that. So that's another E minor chord. If I take my D minor chord that most people are used to playing, I can just take it and slide it up a whole step, so that's 2 frets, bring it up here, and just play that chord. And since it's a step up from D, it's an E minor chord. Or if I want, I can add a G in the bass. That's also an E minor chord. Or I can add the low E again. And that gives me another E minor chord. Then on top of that, if you can get creative and just start looking for different E minor chords just by knowing the notes. So for instance, if I go here, this is an E, that's an E, that's a G, and I have my open G, B, and so again, this is another E minor chord. I can change this G to a B and make this E minor chord. So that's another way of playing E minor that most people don't think about. I can go up here, I can play this E, and this E, this octave high E, and this B, and then the open strings above it. And that gives me an E minor chord. I can go a little bit higher, have the low E again, and we have a G and a B in all the open strings. And then finally, if I want a little high note on that, I can add a B and an E up here. And that's another E minor. So you can do a lot with chords, and if you know how to spell the chords, and you know where those notes are on your guitar, you can kind of make your own chords as well as using the standard shapes. So that lesson just gives you a good idea of how much variety there can be in even one single chord. I'm Mark Schultz from the Fort Collins Guitar Studio. If you're interested in lessons, you can contact me at fortcollinsguitarstudio@gmail.com or go to my website